Greetings, YouTube. As anyone who's awake in America knows, people are running for president. In fact, they're running for president earlier and earlier every single election cycle. I'm going to probably see before I die where in the election cycle for the new election starts the day after the new president takes oath of office. So eventually the politicians will be doing nothing but campaigning and nothing. That's it. And then, of course, our government will come to a screeching halt, and maybe that will be a bad thing, and maybe it won't. But a lot of the times I see things like, I'm an outsider, so that's supposed to give them some kind of gravitas to get elected, then go work on the inside. Or someone will say, I'm a business person, and they think that's going to give them experience in government, so they want to be elected. Well, here's the thing. Government is not a business. Period. If you want a business and one of your employees displeases you, gone. If you have a customer that's a major pain and causing you problems or costing you money, gone. You can't do that when you're in government. You have to serve all the people, even the ones that didn't vote for you, even the ones you don't like, even the ones that critique your performance. You have to serve everyone. Well, you're president of the United States. You're president of the United States. All of the states and all of the citizens, not just the ones you like. So I'm going to put up a proposal here that might help filter out the outsiders and the business people. So here it is. Make it a requirement for anyone that wants to run for a state or federal level job, not county and lower, but state and federal, that you have to have been an employee of the state or federal government for 4 years. And by employee, I mean you filled an application out, you took an interview, and you were either an hourly or salaried employee. No appointed positions, no cushy jobs from your friends. You had a time clock. You had to be somewhere. You had to do something. We have metrics and a history of how you performed your job as a public servant. Because that is what an elected official is. Though this is an idea that will probably come as a surprise to, say, people like Donald Trump and the Rand family. You are a public servant. Your job is to serve the public. You are in the service industry. That's your job. You are supposed to make sure that everyone in America is taken care of. That we have equal opportunities. That we are protected from predation of enemies both inside and outside of our nation. And right now, in America, the predation is taking place inside the country by the 1% and all of their lackeys. So when a businessman says, I'm a businessman, I should be elected. No, bullshit. You're a businessman. The only thing you're going to care about is business and your cronies. I'm an outsider. I'll bring new ideas. No, you won't, because you don't know how government works. You've never been in the government. And that's what you need. I want people that were public defendants. I want people that were judges. I want people that worked in unemployment offices and they were in head of the charge of the post office, or they were school administrators. I want people that worked in the offices and drove the state and federal trucks. I want people who know exactly what it's like to either be labor or deal with labor every single day. I want politicians that take care of the people that generate our wealth as opposed to the parasites at the top that control it. Because the people that generate the wealth are you and me. The people at the top are not needed. They are the most easily replaced people. Whereas the people at the bottom, the ones that do the jobs, are not. Because without us, it comes to a grinding halt. This is why I support unionized labor. This is why I support organized labor. Because we have the power. But we've lent it to people and they've used it against us. Anyone that votes for the GOP is no better than sending money to ISIL, or Hezbollah, or the Taliban, or Al-Qaeda. You are funding and supporting a terrorist organization. A group out to destroy us. I want civil servants. I also want term limits. 2 years, two terms for every single position there is. All of them. I might make an exception and say go like 18 years for the Supreme Court. But that's it. No long-term life positions. No running for Congress 5, 6, 7 times in a row. None of that. If 2 terms is good enough for president, 2 terms is good enough for everything else. Whether you're appointed or elected. 2 terms. Like I said, I'd make an exception for the Supreme Court, make it a little bit longer. We should be served by our government. They should be concerned with us, not with the 1%, and not with their lackeys, the GOP. We, the people, are what matter in America, not the moneyed interests.